Girl arrived at the mall with her bodyguard, ready to buy every luxury item in sight. She immediately pulled out the bank card, but the card reader suddenly beeped, saying there were insufficient funds, so she decided to settle for sporty socks. Yet, when the clerk swiped the card again, it still showed insufficient balance. Only $5 a coin. Determined to test just how low her husband's limits went, the payment went through. At last, she had successfully bought her ice cream. The card now had nothing left. Moments later, the furious girl stormed back home and slammed the card onto her husband's desk. The girl eagerly devoured all the pasta. Afterwards, she snapped that she was already full of anger, not appetite. Soon, she went with her husband to visit her mother-in-law, but before she could speak, her husband stuffed fruit into her mouth. She had seen a scarf. She deliberately tossed the box of ice cream to the floor. She explained that the money on the card had been just enough to buy that one ice cream. The husband's younger brother burst out laughing. The husband quickly covered his wife's mouth. The mother-in-law's face noticed the faint, knowing smile that promised trouble ahead.